Hello, boys and girls, I am back. And today I am going to answer some of the most popular questions that I get from you guys. I'm getting so many. So I chose the most popular or the most interesting one. Today you're gonna learn so much more about me and the band Infected Rain. So enjoy. I already did a similar video before and it appears to be the most popular one. You guys keep asking me more questions and you keep asking me to do more videos like that. So here I am, here today for you, answering some of the questions. Alright, so the first one says, do you play video games at all? I do not. The fact is that I love watching people playing video games. I don't know, it feels like watching a movie for me. Especially certain types of video games are so interesting for me that I love to be like part of it, to be involved and maybe even like help out sometimes. I grew up around boys and my stepdad used to play a lot of video games and my boys in the band sometimes play video games and I'm just watching. I love watching people play video games, yes. My favorite video games to watch are video games where you have a lot of quests and you have to find things, puzzles, or like, I don't know, similar to Tomb Raider or Uncharted or Fallout. I love Fallout. I love horror video games a lot. So next question is, tell us more about your sisters. I am in fact the oldest girl, the oldest daughter, and I have two more sisters from my mom and dad and one half sister from my mom. After me there's Rosa, and me and Rosa have only 3.5 years difference. After that the third one is Anna, and me and Anna have almost 6 years of difference. And after that is my little baby sister Emily, and she is 20 years younger than me. I love my sisters with all my heart. We definitely didn't get along right away. I guess no brother and sister ever did. We used to fight a lot when we were kids. It was tricky because I was the oldest sister and my mom was expecting me to babysit them all the time because she was busy with work and I had to basically keep an eye on them all the time. And that was okay, but sometimes I wanted to go out and play, but my mom would always say, you can go out only if you take your sisters with you. And that was so frustrating for me. I remember being so sad about it. In fact, everybody in my neighborhood used to call my sisters my tail. They would always say, you're out with your tail again. I used to be embarrassed about that. I don't know why. I wanted to be a little bit more independent and have my alone time a lot more. But everything changed, I think, from when I was 13, maybe a little bit more. We actually became very close. We, little by little, we started sharing more and, telling each other more, and we became closer and closer. And I miss my sisters so much when I'm away. Obviously, I try to talk to them all the time. They are super supportive of everything I do, and, they mean the world for me. So, yeah, these are my sisters. What is happiness for you? Thank you for this question. It is actually a really important question. Many things make me happy. The biggest thing that makes me happy is being around my family, being around my sisters, being around the band, being around my mom, being around the people I love with all my heart. It makes me feel loved, and that makes me happy, really. Don't we all just want to be loved? Oh, this is a good one. How do people react to the way you look? It depends. It depends where I am. Different countries, people react differently. I obviously had some interesting reactions in Moldova, the country I'm from. Also, some interesting reactions in Eastern Europe in general. Sometimes I have really interesting reactions here in United States as well. Mainly, I would say the reaction is good. People are curious why I am so colorful or how I did it, and they like it. They really do. And some of the people don't even like hesitate to give me compliments or to ask me something. So that's pretty cool. My favorite though, I think, is the reaction of little kids, because they are so innocent, and even if their question or their reaction is a little bit harsh, it never seems rude to me. Because they really are not doing that on purpose. They just never seen that before, or never seen that live, only like on television. And that is the best. When adults react funny with me, then I'm getting a little bit like suspicious, because the fact that you don't like me doesn't give you the right to insult me, right? Had different reactions, I'll be honest with you. Had some people like had some people really like doing the sign of the cross when they saw me, calling me names. All right, another one. Is there anything in the world that you don't want to talk about? It actually is a good question, because I have some people asking me some questions that I never answer, and I choose not to answer those questions because I feel like everybody has their own opinion, and their opinion might be so different, and maybe both of the opinions are right, and that is the reason why I chose never to talk about religion or politics. Not in my songs, not in my interviews, not in any circumstance, because I am not a religious person and I am not a political person, so I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get in conflict with anybody, and I don't want to judge anybody, and I don't want anybody to judge me for my beliefs, So this is why I don't like to talk about that. Next! Tell us something curious about your past. For example, when I was 10 years old, I used to live in Armenia, and one time I was apparently sleepwalking, and I fell from the second floor, counting all the stairs with my butt. I obviously woke up from the impact, but that never happened before or after. It was a one-time thing, really funny, because after that I had bruises everywhere, even like my eye. Felt like I was in a fight or something. I felt badass though. I felt like a tough girl. Oh, okay. This is a good one, guys, because it's a very relevant question. Why did you decide to sign to a label with your band? Yes, this is super fresh news. We actually finally signed with a label. I know you guys are wondering why, and why now, why not before. We did have offers before. I think our very first offer with a label was 4 years ago, and then every year we had other people that were curious and wanted to get involved with the band, and other people were interested. We had interesting meetings with very awesome people. It just never really happened, for a reason or another. We were not ready, I guess. Right now, after 10 years, we were ready to go. We felt like it is the perfect time for us to get took care of. We really need somebody that is gonna give us that support and that exposure, so we can do more music, more shows, and be everywhere for you. And yeah, that is why. And I hope you guys are as excited as we are for the future of Infected Rain. I can't even tell you how excited we are. We really believe this is gonna be a very good change and a very good step in the Infected Rain career. Next question. Okay, so this question is very old, very popular, and I did answer this question many times in other interviews, but I decided to take this question again for bananas, and it is why the name Infected Rain. Okay, guys, I will go over the story again. It's nothing big, it's nothing specific. It's just, it was really cool when we just started rehearsing. It was like autumn, a lot of rain. Vidic, our guitar player, came out with this idea, and we thought that's awesome. We are just gonna try to infect the world like power of nature. We are gonna try to just be everywhere and like rain, just infect everybody, you know? So that was the idea, and we just kept it. And it sounds cool, so we just kept it. Any addiction problems? Why my morphine? Why at the bottom of the bottle? I thought this question was very interesting because many people were curious if I had any addiction problems in the past or right now, and if I write about that in my songs. The song My Morphine and At the Bottom of the Bottle are not really about any of my particular addictions, but definitely, especially At the Bottom of the Bottle, talks about alcohol and the really sad reality, which is that people try to drown their sadness and all their problems in alcohol or any other substance. That is never gonna work. That is never gonna give you easy way out. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to face your problems or the things you go through. So yes, that song is specifically about alcohol, but I do not have any addiction problems. I just feel like in many families, addiction to the substance is a big problem and a big issue. So I really wanted to write about it, and I really wanted to bring it up. Me, myself, I had situations like that with some of my relatives, unfortunately. So it was familiar to me because of that. And we got a few more questions, and let's see this one. How do you write your lyrics, and how did you start? I think I did mention a few things about it before, but I will gladly answer this question. I started writing lyrics when I was 14, and it was just like little poems here and there, or just some stories. Me and my best friend, we were just writing them for each other. Nobody else would ever read them. We wrote in Russian, and then little by little, when I started studying languages, I tried to write in other languages. So I felt like it is a really cool way out for my feelings and from for all the like frustration I have. It's super cool to put it on the paper. It helps out to go easier through some situations. I write my lyrics based on my own life experience, and I am inspired by everything. My family inspires me, my fans inspires me a lot, my boys from the band inspire me a lot. Many emotions can also inspire me. As you know, I write about so many things, so literally I just try to put everything on the paper. Sooner or later they become a song. Not everything I write becomes a song, but the majority of it becomes a song for sure. This is what inspires me, and this is how I write my lyrics. I don't write them right away when I need to record. I can do little changes here and there before I go to the studio, but I just try to write all the time. I can write when I'm on tour. I can write sometimes when I'm just home, or I even get inspired when I just travel. I like to just put down some of my thoughts and work on them later on, you know? So basically I have this cool notebook that is with me all the time, and I have some like ideas that I just start, and then I go back and think more, about how would I continue or evolve that thought. So that's it. Next question. How often do you color your dreads, and what do you do to keep them so awesome? Ooh, thank you. I color my hair every 4 or 5 weeks. Sometimes, very rare, I can do it a little bit later. Depends how busy I am. I don't like when I have too much darker roots because I like being colorful and I like refreshing my color. And the last question. All right. What is the funniest and the saddest thing that ever happened on tour? This is a very good question. I get this question a lot in interviews, and unfortunately, not all the interviews come out or see the light. I don't know how to say it correctly. We definitely had some unpleasant situations on tour, but I think the most sad one was in 2014 in February when we had a really serious car accident. It was nobody's fault. We just lost the control of the car because it was snowy and icy. Yeah, and it was really difficult because we were in a different country and we were on our way back to Moldova after a show, so we had to deal with the cold, with the local police, with a lot of stuff. I don't want to go into details because it's a sad story. Some of you even know about it, but yeah, that is definitely the most unpleasant thing that ever happened on tour. Now, the happiest thing that ever happened on tour is super difficult to choose as well because every tour, a lot of amazing things happen. But I think the most amazing things that happen is meeting you, playing in front of you, and sharing our art with you. Just being able to travel around the world and share our music is already so amazing. If we want to really get into a funny situation, I think the funniest story that ever happened to us on tour was one time we were just driving, going towards our show, and we stopped at the gas station to use the restroom and to buy something. I don't remember. Then we're leaving, and after 45 minutes or more, we realized that Vova, our bass player, is not in the car. And that was super funny. Some of you guys maybe saw our tour video about it, but if you didn't, yeah, that was scary and funny at the same time. Gladly, he had his phone with him, and gladly, that gas station had Wi-Fi, and we got in touch with him right away, and we came back for him, but we lost a lot of time going one way, then the other, and then one way again. And it was super funny because he had no passport, nothing else, no money, only his phone. I'm so happy we actually found out that he was not in the car only after 45 minutes because we could have just realized that when we arrived, and then it would have been a disaster because we were going towards our show and we were like very late for our sound check already. So, oh my God, yeah, that was tricky, but super funny though. Like how can you like forget a person and not realize that right away? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Our tour van is not even that big. It just happened. I'm sorry, Vova. It just happened. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had fun answering these questions. I hope you learned a lot of new stuff about me and the band Infected Rain. Thank you for watching. This is Bananas. Stay metal and don't forget to smile.